I'm Isaac Bouchard, and in this segment of the Car Buying Tips Guide, I'll explain how to get the most you can when you're trading in your car. Let's start with the cosmetics. First, get it professionally detailed. In the guide, I explain how to find a good detailer and what you should pay. This will take care of the little scratches and blemishes and get your seats, carpets, and other interior surfaces looking their best. If your leather seats aren't looking their best, start by seeing if you can restore their luster and softness using cleaners and conditioners from a company like Lexol. Otherwise, find a professional interior specialist. They exist in all metro markets, and dealers use them all the time. You can typically refurbish all your leather seats to almost new, or at least much better, condition for about $100. If you're a smoker, you must get rid of as much of the evidence as possible. Burn holes need to be filled in, and this can be done by one of those interior specialists. As much of the smoke smell is around the headliner, it's important to have your detailer clean that area using an extractor. A dealer's goal is to buy your car for the least possible. This serves two purposes. One is to make sure they have margin to cover any mechanical or cosmetic work it might need. The second is to maximize their gross profit when they sell it. Your goal is to get the most from your trade-in without spending more to prep your car than is strictly necessary. Regarding the cosmetics, you want to know the cost of getting three basic kinds of things taken care of: small dents and dings, alloy wheel damage, and bigger scuffs and scratches. In every metro market, you'll find paint touch-up specialists who will professionally fill in chips and scratches, even paint major scrapes. You'll find folk who refurbish alloy wheels that have curb rash, and you'll find paintless dent repair experts. If you can't find them with an internet search, call the accounting departments at some higher-end dealers and ask who they use. If your car has any paint work, have these folk make the evidence less obvious by wet sanding the finish and the door jambs. I go into a lot more detail on all of this in the Car Buying Tips Guide. Next, how does your car drive? Let's break it down. First, are there any warning lights on? Mystery lights on the dash will make it much harder to get a good trade bid, so pay for a diagnostic. You don't have to fix the issues necessarily, as they'll discount the car by the price of the work needed, but bidders will want to know what's up. Along the same lines, does your vehicle's engine and transmission feel smooth and responsive, or are there problems? Only you can decide what's worth fixing, but obvious issues will lower the amount offered pretty quickly. If your tires are heavily worn, your car will be noisier to drive, but why spend extra just so you can trade it in? You might consider putting on some used takeoff tires, though. Use a site like TireRack.com to find out what a new set of tires will cost, so the dealer doesn't try to discount the car too much. Make sure your brakes are in decent shape, without the telltale rumblings or funny pedal pulsation of warped brake rotors. It costs roughly $200 to $400 to turn rotors and put on new pads, and this will keep appraisers from wondering what else might be wrong with your car. Fill in any rock chips in your windshield so they don't turn into cracks. I wouldn't put a new windshield in unless your insurance pays for it, as a dealer can do it for about $200. As far as electrical systems like power window regulators, air conditioning, etc., I'd pay for an estimate of the cost to repair them, but that's all I do. Finally, keep it clean inside. If the outside is a bit dirty, it will hide minor dings and dents, so you don't need to worry too much about this. By following these tips, you'll be ensuring you get the most possible for your car. Here are a couple more. 1. Take good quality pictures and send them with a complete description to the dealers you're planning to visit before you go shopping. And 2, make sure you try to get your trade bids in writing. Dealers will often try to change them if you leave and want to come back. To understand how a dealer will appraise your car, watch our other videos and read the Car Buying Tips Guide, all available at carbuyingtipsguide.com.